Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. Long time no vlog. I've been really tired, really, that's why I've not been making vlogs, but today I made a nest. Finally I made a round nest or bed for my baby. I'm expectant, so this is it. If you want to see how I made it, continue watching the tutorial. Yeah, it's a bit, the size is okay because you can make it smaller by actually pulling on these strings or just pulling it looser to fit a bigger baby. Anyway, it's really exciting. I'm so proud that I was able to do this. Continue watching to see how this came about. Okay, so these are the two fabrics that I'm using. They are cotton basin, I think it's called basin, and usually it's 50 inches wide, so I cut mine to be 50 inches by 50 inches, so it's a square of 50 by 50, and I'm just going to fold it twice. Like, that's the first fold, and then twice to make like a square that is 25 inches, so that I can do a circle. So a circle which has a radius of 25 inches. Yeah, it needs a bit of fabric. So I'll just put my tape measure at that corner and measure out 25 inches all round to create my perfect little circle. Big circle, I mean. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to do the same for the red fabric. They need to be equal. After that, we have two pieces of fabric. They're each 50 inches, 50 inches in diameter. And so I'm just going to create some creases. These creases will help me when I'm doing the borders of the nest. You've seen the nest, how, okay, you'll just see how it works, but I'm just creating these creases to guide me when it's time to sew the border of the nest. And of course I'm going to do this to both the fabrics. And after that, I'm going to place them wrong sides casing so that the right sides are exposed. And preferably you can pin your the edge of the fabrics. You can pin them together so it doesn't move. And now I am just going to create the casing for this nest. I want the casing to be 1 inch in width, so that's what I'm measuring. I'm leaving about 1 inch at the edge, and then the casing is just 1 inch or 1.5 inch at the edge, and then make the casing 1 inch. And then for the border, I'm going to make it about 7.5 inches. Is it the border, like the sides of the nest? Let me call them the sides of the nest. And that's what I'm measuring from the casing going down towards the center. That's 7 inches for the sides of the nests. And so I'm going to go all around doing these measurements and then connect them to create 3 circles. Yeah, so this is how it looks. I have the edge here, which is the casing where the ribbon will move. Then the center part is the walls of the nest, and then the center is the actual sleeping area or resting area for the nest. These nests, you can actually use it for a baby or a pet or something. Then you can't see the markings, but I have around 5 points at the center that I'm going to sew to create that puffy look. You're going to see when we get there, but yeah. So to start with, I'm going to sew around this first circle, but I'll leave an area where I'll use to insert the fiber. So as you sew around this, don't sew completely so that it's shut. Leave space for inserting the fiber. So as you can see, that's the space I have left to insert the fiber. And now I'm going to go into the circle and do a few stitches for that, what I was telling you, to create that puffy look. I just made like 5 points, so yeah, to create that puffy look that the bed has, or the puffy look that duvets have, you know, with quilting. Yeah. Is it quilting or quilting? Quilting. I don't know. So those are the stitches I'm doing just to create that illusion you'll see when I put in the fiber. After doing that, I'll use the creases I had created when ironing, and I'm just going to do straight lines from the center circle to the other circle, but don't stitch through the casing you had created. And this is the border or the walls of the nests, because they had that effect with like they are connected. Yeah, they look like squares that are connected to each other, but it was just these stitches that we are making right now that will create that illusion. So we are going to do this all round, and we are using the creases we had created when ironing. So now I just put it on the floor to insert the fiber, and we are going to insert the fiber at the center part using that space I had left behind that I had not sewn through. You want to insert and then distribute the fiber so that it's evenly placed inside. The more evenly placed the fiber is, the more comfortable the baby or your pet or whoever is going to use the nest is going to be when using it. So make sure the fiber is well distributed at that center part, that sleeping area part. So when that's done, this is how we are looking. And now I'm just going to sew that space I had left to complete that circle, and then I'll be back to put in the rest of the fiber for the walls or the sides. So yeah, and I'm pinning the boxes down as I go, the boxes or those areas down as I go, so that it's going to be easier to sew in that casing circle. So this can also be used as a play mat. It's not only a nest. Yeah. Then just do this until you complete the circle. And then you're going to sew the casing area all around the 2 lines we had made. After sewing the casing, we are going to work on the edge, and I'm using this bias binding. It was so thin, I wish I had a more wider bias, but anyway, this is what I had and I had to make it work. So I'm just going to sew it across all along the edge to make the edge appear neat. You do this after you've already done the casing area, so I did not film that, but yeah, it was just 2 lines 1 inch apart, and now I'm doing the edge with bias. So that's the casing. I hope you can see it. But now we are ready to put in the ribbon. I want to just seam rip 2 holes for where the ribbon is going to go through. I had not done that initially. I would have used like a button stitch to create that, but I forgot. You can just cut 2 holes with a seam ripper there I have done, and then we are ready to put in the ribbon. So the ribbon is going to go all round and come through the second hole I have just cut through. So this is how we are looking after the ribbon is through all the way, and we are just left with pulling at the ribbon, and we have created our nest. That's how it's looking. It's ready for use. You can just tie the ribbon, secure it, and that's it. So this is reversible. If you want the other side to be the one exposed at the, what am I saying, like you can turn it inside out. Yeah, and that's it. I actually love how it turned out. I'm definitely going to be using it. Yes. Okay, thank you for watching.
Hello and welcome to my channel. So I've just made a nest, a circular nest, and I'm so proud of it. So this is how it's looking. In fact, after I made it, I realized you can actually make it smaller. you know, for those early days when baby is little, and then you can just be expanding it as they grow bigger. I'm so proud of this nest. Of course, you can use this like the red side for me as the inside part, or vice versa. Anyway, if you want to see how I did it, please continue watching. Yeah, this is going to be for my baby. I'm excited I got to make something for her because I've been tired and I was not able to make a bunch of things as I had hoped for, but I guess there's this one and I'm proud.